What's going on, everyone? I am here with another Lady Savage video. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about mindset and what I've kind of been going through lately, and then something that someone kind of taught me that I thought was so simple but so good. Now, a lot of you guys know I just went on a trip to Oregon to go visit my parents and help take care of my dad and things like that. And I decided to drive. I don't enjoy flying. It's a weird time to fly. And I actually really enjoy road trips. So I decided that I also needed to make some time for myself. And for me to make time for myself, I decided that the road trip was going to be the best thing. And I was going to get 2 days there by myself and 2 days back by myself. And I just thought that'd be a really great time to think, listen to some books, listen to some podcasts, and do some deeper thinking, I guess. And during this time, I did have 2 days there and I did have 2 days back. And during this time, I really got deep in my thoughts. I listened to several audiobooks, I listened to several podcasts, and I was really inspired to think a little bit deeper within myself, a little bit more within my desires as a human, as a wife, as a daughter, as a sister, as a future mom, as just another person in life. And life has a lot of ups and it has a lot of downs. And I've been told that I'm very naturally a positive person. I can very naturally pull out the positive in things and change the vibe of the room because I want to have this positive energy. And I'm glad to have that. But I always feel like I can strive to be better and strive to be more. And during that drive, I really tried to dive deep into myself. And so I was doing that a lot on the way to go see my dad. My dad was in the hospital. And I just wanted to really think about who I am, what the base foundation of who I am and my core beliefs really are. Am I living that out on a day-to-day basis? And my dad often tends to think very similarly to myself. And while I was there, we brought him home from the hospital and we got to talk a little bit. And he loves reading books. He loves learning more and things like that. And one day he said, "I want to show you something." And he got out his wallet and he took out a little paper. And it was a little paper of all the things that he wants to be as a person. And I get all teary. That he wants to be as a person. That he wants to express to the world. And that he wants to represent. And for me, I found that so inspiring. It was so simple. It was just a little note and a little reminder to himself of who he wants to be. Of when he gets upset, the little note that can bring him back to the core bases of what he wants to represent, who he wants to be, and what he wants to put out in the world. I found that really inspiring, and so since then, I've made several different lists for myself. A list for myself of who I want to be, what I want to represent, what parts of my being do I want to put out into the world and really light the world with. And I can promise you there's not one negative thing on that list because I do not want to be represented by anything negative or down or demeaning or anything like that. And so in doing this, I just started thinking about different aspects of my life. And I thought, there's the business. And Robert and we've always had things that we strive for as business owners, as who we are, as what we want to stand for and things like that. So then we made a list of the things that we want to stand for and we want our crew to stand for and we want our business to stand for. And really, in this world of so many different types of people, what we want to really represent from our core. So we made a list of, I think, almost 20 items and wrote them on a board. And I get to read that board every day. And I get to remind myself every day of who I want to be, what I want to represent. And that's my little note. That's my little note in my pocket. That's my little note in my wallet. And those are my sweet little reminders to myself that when I get upset, when someone says a mean comment, when people who know nothing about us decide to judge us, when life gets really hard, when things happen to your family that seem so unfair, when those things happen, sometimes you just feel like crumbling. Sometimes you feel like you just want to fall and crash and burn and let the sadness hit you, let the anger hit you. And sometimes you need that time. But it's often nice to have a little note, have a little list of things that you can look at and say, yes, this is who I want to be and this is what I want to represent. So when I'm ready to get back up, these are the things that I want to strive for. I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's a very simple meaning. It's a very simple idea. And yet I don't feel like many people have a little list in their wallet. And I just found that so unbelievably inspiring that someone who is in their late 50s still has a little note in their wallet of who they want to be and what they want to provide the world with every single day. That inspired me to make a list for myself and inspired Robert and I to make a list for our business and who we want to be as business owners. So, as simple as it may be, maybe make a little list. If you have the time or if you find it intriguing as I did, I promise you won't regret having a little note hidden somewhere that maybe someday you're going to find, or maybe you're going to forget that you wrote it in the back of your journal, or maybe you'll keep it on you every single day and you can go back and look at that note and remind yourself of who you want to be, what you want to represent, and your core, your beliefs, your strong suit to the core. So, anyways, I don't hope anything. I'm glad I got to share this with you guys. I found it really inspiring. I hope that you guys can also find it inspiring for yourselves. Just a little something I wanted to share with you guys for the week. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week.